stories. 40,000 Muslims packed the streets in Dearborn, Michigan for a religious Aberdeen march, raising red flags on the increasing Islamic influence in America. Many are now pointing to calls that have been made by Muslims to take down America, saying their people are willing to fight and give their lives to bring America down. The event is being described as the largest Aberdeen procession in the United States. It's a Shia religious event observed primarily by Shia Muslims and celebrates the martyrdom of Imam Hussein, the grandson of their prophet Muhammad. This annual pilgrimage draws millions worldwide to Karbala in Iraq, but it's now starting to build on American soil. The event transformed a typical suburban roadway into a sea of black-clad marchers chanting religious slogans, waving flags, and carrying banners, a scene more reminiscent of the Middle East than the Midwest. The procession has sparked concerns about the preservation of the country's Judeo-Christian foundation, with concerns over Islamic takeovers in the U.S. The current Muslim population in Dearborn is about 60,000 people, representing about 55 to 60% of the total residents. In addition, the mayor of Dearborn, Abdullah Hamad, is Muslim, as well as the city council president and 5 of the 7 city council members.
Well, welcome back, guys. Got some breaking footage from Baghdad. Dearborn, Michigan. Man, this one hits a little home for me as a kid that grew up in Michigan. So, I got slightly alarming footage out of Dearborn last week. Let's break it down a little bit. So, seeing that is a threat in obvious ways. Not because of freedom of assembly, not because freedom of religion. Those are the things that I stand with. I absolutely do. However, letting a non-national group assemble and then chant death to your country, to your people, that should not be tolerated the way it has been tolerated. I think that definitely poses an existential threat. Definitely to Christians. All right. So it definitely poses a threat. Where does this go? Where does this snowball? Where is the fine line, and where is the line in the sand when it comes to what's acceptable in this type of thing and what's not? I don't have that answer to you, but this is far past it. I don't think this should be an acceptable thing that should be happening in our country, because it's only going to grow. But yeah, the Baghdad footage, the Dearborn, Michigan footage it's a little alarming, especially for Christians, guys. I don't know if you know this, but they are not necessarily our friends. Not necessarily our friends. I have no animosity towards Islamic people, Muslims, but they sure have it towards me. So yeah, we gotta figure this out. We gotta figure out where we're gonna draw the line, what's gonna be acceptable and what's not gonna be acceptable. And in my opinion, this is not. So yeah, we'll see what happens as far as action taken here. But this is extremely interesting. I did not expect that out of all the things coming, but I should have. But you heard the lady there talking about Dearborn is now 55 to 60% Muslim. That will continue to grow, especially with the open borders in the Biden administration. There's a lot more of this type of stuff coming. That's just the truth. But yeah, you want to get together, assemble as Muslims. Totally, you're right to do that in this country. But yeah, let's not threaten the entire nation that is hosting you. Unacceptable. And yeah, we got to stand up as just American citizens here, guys. There's a fine line between freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, and where it gets to the point where it's extremely hostile on our own soil. They're getting backed up big time by the mayor of Dearborn. Let's listen to what this scumbag has to say.
And so did the mayor. Take a listen.
I feel like having that sign up there, it's almost like having, naming a street Hezbollah Street or Hamas Street. Hezbollah, bombed the embassy in Beirut, and including many Americans. So I just feel it's quite inappropriate.
You're an Islamophobe. And although you live here, I want you to know as mayor, you are not welcome here. And the day you move out of the city will be the day that I launch a parade celebrating the fact that you moved out of the city. Because you are not somebody who believes in coexistence.
Well, there you have it. There's some rich stuff. How about that? So we have the Muslim mayor of Dearborn, Michigan, telling the United States citizen, you can't coexist because you're an Islamophobe, so you're not welcome here. Which I'm just trying to wrap my head around that ideology. You can't coexist, so you're not welcome here to exist with us. Interesting. Didn't expect anything less. But, this is just wild stuff that's being allowed to happen in U.S. cities. No, maybe you're not the one that should be allowed here, and it has nothing to do with your faith. It has to do with your capability to run a city, to be mayor. That is just not an American value, and it surely should not be represented at a mayor level in the United States. So yeah, no, maybe you're the one that shouldn't be welcome here. Yeah, guys, this is just gonna snowball. It's gonna get worse, and this is exactly what is it? It's exactly what you need to vote for in public politics, or local politics, I should say, is vastly important, and this should be an eye opener to watch out who you guys vote for in your neighborhoods and your communities, because this is unacceptable. Just not representing Americans in any way. It's representing a growing population in our country that doesn't like us at all. They're probably not here to get a better life. They're here to gain influence, gain power, and to eventually dictate what happens to the citizens of this country. But yeah, this is alarming stuff. Should be a little wake-up call that we need to start not allowing this type of things to happen, these types of people to be in places of power. And again, I have no animosity, no hatred towards any Islamic person in particular, but this is just unacceptable. And keep in mind that they don't like you. They don't like you at all. They actually would be very happy to see you dead. And that's not an exaggeration by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, so this needs to be a wake-up call. I know there's at least 50% of you guys out there that see what's happening, see what's going on, and want to fight back, want to combat this. So it's time that we subscribe and organize, if you will. All right. Yeah, smash that like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next.